That's absolutely true. I agree 100% on that. And sometimes you learn the hard way. And then you learn, too, that it's not in the book sales that make money. It's the classes and the follow-up activities that you have planned. That's where you make money.
And that's really another good point, Lynn. A lot of people think, they're going to become a best-selling author like Grisham or any of the others of that ilk. And truthfully, it's a calling card. It lets people know who you are. We always tell, at least the people I coach, I tell them, if you write a book, it's your business card. It's your calling card. It's what lets people know who you are and what you do. But you're not going to get rich from it. I mean, some people do, but very few, unless you really bat out the books like Grisham or Jackie Collins or any of those people. So
right, the Wayne Dyers of the world.
Exactly.
It's very true. And they'll be surprised to know that when you pay $25 for a book, the author gets less than $2 out of that.
If that. Sometimes they only get 50 cents. So that
I was being generous.
yes, because when you publish yourself, and this is very important for our listening audience to know, when you self-publish, which is a legitimate way to get your book out there today. A few years ago, 20 years ago, it was a no-no, but today it's accepted. And when you self-publish, whatever your costs are, they are. And then whatever you sell it for, that is your profit over those costs. And you get all of that. So that's one of the reasons a lot of people self-publish, but also because it takes normally anywhere from 12 to 24 months to get a book out through a regular publisher. Whereas if you self-publish, you can really get it done in 30 days if you want to.
Right,
But let's get back to you now. What you have some favorite quotes. What is your very most favorite one?
I used this one, and this one was quoted by Michael Bernard Beckwith, and he was actually quoting another author, which wasn't audible, so I really didn't get to hear it. But it goes like this: forgiveness is giving up the hope that things could have been different.
Very good. Yes, I like that. And, I am one for forgiveness. I think that's one of the reasons so many people have so much hurt and anger in their heart is because they don't know how to forgive. I think forgiveness is a very important criteria.
Yes, and they can't let it go. And if you can't let it go, you can't move on.
Because you're constantly, it's always in the back of your mind, and you're always dwelling on it. And I have found since I've learned to forgive that life is a lot simpler.
Yes. Yes, it is. And it's the big hurts, and in my background, I was raped when I was on a college campus, and forgiving him was one of the biggest things that I've ever had to do, and it was such a load off of me that it helped me to move on leaps and bounds, because at this point it's history, and it only exists as a thought in your mind, and you're punishing yourself with your own thoughts.
That's so true, and that's a big incident to forgive someone on. And I was just listening to a program this morning where someone was forgiving someone who had attacked them, and I thought, it's amazing, but you do have to do that to move on. But you also said you have some things that you would tell your younger self if you had a chance to give that person some advice.
Yes, learn patience, because it's not the goal that's important, it's the journey. And someone told that to me when I was a child, and I said, yeah, right, I just want to get to the goal. But, but it's patience. And it's learning and it's absorbing the lessons along the way. Really important. And the second thing is, I'd say relax, knowing that everything is in divine order and that I don't have to control everything. And for those that are control freaks, like myself, letting go and letting someone else, letting divine powers handle it, it will come out so much better. And you can relax because they're not going to let it go wrong.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And learn from the good and the bad, because they both have a purpose.
That is so true, Lynn. It's true that when when something bad happens, you say, "Oh, why did this happen to me?" But it's a learning experience, like you say, and I I don't think anybody can ever go through life and not have both the good and the bad. And it's really not what happens to you that makes a difference. It really is how you handle it, and that's one of the reasons why people need certain coping mechanisms, whatever they are. For me, it's my working out, it's my pets, it's looking at water, things like that. I mean, it's those are my dealing with the things that happen that I don't like. But um, yeah, you have to have both the good and the bad. And then I think you have one more.
Yes, forgive everyone, not for their sake, but you have to forgive for your sake because you're the one torturing yourself. That other person is living their lives, and they're going on about their business, and you're the one stuck with the thought. And the thoughts create stress in your body. Thoughts are things, and they create stress in your body. And
Isn't that the truth? I mean, you're pining over this, and the people who caused all of this, they're just living their wonderful merry life. They have no idea you're going through anything. So,
and it's your responsibility. It really is. And it's the good. And going back to the good and the bad, it's the yin and the yang concept. With every good, there's a little bit of bad, and with every bad, there's the glimmer of hope and light that's there. And you have to look for that glimmer of hope and that lesson that comes out of it that makes you a better person and builds character for you.
so
And builds
true.
strength, too. It does build strength. It builds inner strength, and that's what we're looking for.
Well, now, if people want to get a hold of you, Lynn, and it's Reverend Lynn Walker, I keep calling you Lynn. I guess I should be calling you Reverend Walker, but
Oh, Lynn is fine. Lynn is fine.
where can people reach you?
Okay, I'm on Facebook, Wisdom from Spirit Guides.
Okay.
And then my other account that I like to play with, it's Lynn Walker Astrologer.
So those are both on Facebook.
Those are both on Facebook, right?
Okay.
And you can reach me at www.thelightofOurbeing.org. And the light of our being sounds strange to some people, but that's what Spirit called us as human beings. We're human beings we're spiritual beings having a human experience, and they try to impress upon us that we are lights. And that little light, that song, This Little Light of Mine, that's referring back to the fact that we are light. And we are pinpoints of light, and people can see that.
So if you want to get a hold of Lynn, or you want to find out more about what she does and you're interested in what she says, and you'd like to get her copy of her book, then go to her website, thelightofOurbeing.org. That's .org, not .com, .org. Right. And if you want to connect with her on Facebook, you can go to Lynn, and that's two N's, Lynn, Walker Astrologer, or you can go to Wisdom from Spirit Guides. So there's a couple of ways that you can get in touch with her and find out more about what she has to say and what her book is. And
or you can email me directly at lynn@lynnwalker.org.
Well, that's easy enough, isn't it? Lynn@lynnwalker.org.
Make it as easy as possible.
Right, absolutely. Well, that's fantastic. I know that our people are very interested in this kind of thing, and that's why we provide this information for them. So hopefully, Lynn, you will get some new people who are interested in what you have to say, and especially with that astrology aspect. I think that's a key component for many of our listeners.
Oh, great. Like I said, it is your map where you want to go, and it's unique to you.
Right, and having a personalized chart is very important because, as you say, those little blurbs in the newspaper, they don't do much. Well,
unfortunately not.
I want to thank you for being with us, Lynn, and I know our listeners were really happy with what you had to say. So thanks so much for being with us, and we'll see you all next week.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.